Day. We've got in front of us a Simplex SX410, I believe. There's also a rebadged Peugeot Prestige, which is the exact same derailleur. I believe the only difference is the ankle bolt. This version is not stamped. I have seen some versions though with the SX410 stamped on it. Anyway, today we're going to open this up, dismantle it. I noticed right here there's a slight bit damaged, and when I was researching, there seems to be other derailleurs with that same issue right there. Bit of a weak spot. Let's begin. I think what we'll do is we'll start off by removing the stopper here on the cage. Next we're going to unscrew the cage, and it looks after to access this we need to remove this. I think it's probably a nut. We'll find out. Anyway, let's undo that. Okay, I see. Now normally there's like a bolt holding this behind, but we're gonna just looks like we're just coming off since it's missing its bolt. It's actually a certain shape, and if you look here, it's slightly damaged. And inside here there is a spring. They don't seem to be removable. So on this we can access the spring internally. There's a little screw right there. However, doesn't seem to have any point, because if I remove that, these are like they've been stamped or kind of riveted. So I could force it out, probably, just tapping on it. Yeah. Bit of an odd thing to have included a screw that allowed you to remove the spring, but then not have access to this top half. So I'm pretty sure if I undid this, I'd need to have access to be able to reinstall it, especially. So I'm not going to undo that. I'm guessing that I haven't looked at this, but maybe the higher end models at the time used the same knuckles, the B and the P pivots, and on the cheaper models they just had these stamped parts instead. So yeah, I guess that's everything for this derailleur. Well, let's just move on to the. I'm just gonna undo the cage, remove the jockey wheels, and here we've got number 8. And you'll notice one of the wheelies has broken. Right, well, I'm going to go and clean this up. Nice hard grease to clean. That'll be fun. Right, all laid on the table. Let's begin with the jockey pulley wheel cage. So I'm putting slivers and tiny amounts of marine grease for this older derailleur. So doesn't appear to be any upper lower pulley on these. Stick that on. Oop. It's done. Put a bit of grease on that spring. So the spring looks fairly symmetrical. I don't think it's important which side you put it in. There's a hole at the back there, and you'll want to put one tip into that and engage it. Like so. And we'll then have this bolt that's going to run through it, and the other tip of that spring is going to go into the hole of the bolt. And we're going to have our nut to screw back on. Now this nut, you don't want to do it too tightly, because I believe if you do it too tightly, it's going to stop the spring even moving. So you need to put it just so that the bolt, I imagine, stays in place. And now we're going to screw on the cage. So be careful here not to cross thread. Now for tensioning up the screw, it's a little bit of a bizarre thing. The easiest will be to have a cone wrench. So I've got this Facom number 31, very handy. That fits in between, but obviously a cone wrench for hubs. But if you've got one, you should have one though if you're already doing this type of stuff. And by using the Allen key wrench, you kind of tension the spring up, either with this or with the actual jockey wheel cage, and you kind of need this as the number 14 to kind of hold the nut inside. And eventually, what you'll get is a point where where this is going to be falling back, and it's also tight. There's no movement between here and here. Now we're going to put the little bolt here and screw it in. Again, the tip of the spring will go into the hole there at the back. and the other tip goes into the bolt. Can't remember where it was now. Yeah, for this this part, I'm gonna have to get a bolt, unfortunately. And something also to actually replace the broken part. That should be quite easy to source though. Might have to leave it for now, and I'll let you figure that out. I'm going to stick that there for now to make sure I don't lose that part. Right, well that's done. I mean, yeah, not an easy derailleur really if you think about working on those parts, but it's easy. Same thing for this. You'll just need to tension probably the spring, either with an Allen key, maybe before, but I'll let you figure that out. So until next time, for maybe another derailleur. Peace out.